So welcome back to the city of Sarisia, more like a metropolis. The players last session were in line to get their ID badges by order of the new government here in Sarisia, or a new mandate. As the players go and they're waiting in line all day, they notice quite an explosion that pretty much shakes the city. Shakes the city and pretty much destroys one of the main bridges in Crossbridge, connecting the two different sides of the city. As the party flees, unfortunately they stumble upon a dead body. Upon stumbling on the dead body, they are attacked by hooded figures, which is revealed to be, it seems like the first or more the original Aromark designed. And after they are in mid-combat, the party is almost pretty much destroyed by these hooded figures, but Phelan, with her ghost sound, makes it to where it seems like Hell Knights are coming up on the hooded figures and the party, scaring them away. The party dispatches of one, but unfortunately, the Hell Knights did walk up to the party, and it was not a figment of Phelan's magic. But luckily for the party, some guards from the Crossbridge district were there to help. After a brief standoff between the Hell Knights and the guards kind of stood their ground and took the party as prisoners. So that's where we will begin our next session, session 2 of the Adventures of Sarisia. So the party, of course, you're shackled. You're in a single file line. Sergeant Dolom has begun to walking you towards the jail cells, or I guess the jail, excuse me. If you would be kindly, I'm going to ping the map here. Please put what you can here. Can you see on the map?
I didn't see where you pinged.
It's at the bottom of the map. I just went to a different map. Hold up. Let me see. Here we go. We went to a different map. Did it ping yet? Did it do the right thing? Let me see.
I didn't see a ping.
Okay. Let me do this. This might make it a little easier. I'm just going to go to some lights here. We're going to place a light here and here. Let's do this for y'all. Emits bright light. Okay. So on the new map, what's the shift click? I forgot. It's there. Here we go. There we go. It should be at the bottom of the map. You should be able to see.
All I see is a black rectangle.
I'll
just move my dude and see what happens. Alright, I moved my dude there and it's just completely black.
That's
yeah, it's all black for me too.
Then stay where you're at if you don't mind. Just stay where you're at. You don't have to keep moving. Okay, let's hear. For some reason, your tokens don't have vision already. So we got to fix that for everyone.
I can see now.
Well, I noticed that my token, when I pull it, is a pure blank token. Do we want to do... sometimes you have like tokens that the GM just copy pastes over to new maps. But I know there's got to be a setting that has it be a bit carry things over when you drag it.
Yeah, I thought you do like a little setting, but we'll figure it out there.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the setting you need for it to do that. It's probably some thing.
I can see now.
We'll figure it out.
I got music now.
Perfect. Look at that. Everything worked out. As we ease into this session. Everybody make a single file line just for me, if you don't mind. Here. You see Sergeant Dolom here, and you're going to be between the two guards. Kind of role play accordingly, if you don't mind. Let's have a single file line. Okay. You do not have your possessions, and this I'm going to have you walk up, please. Single file line with Sergeant Dolom here. Please walk, Augustus. He commands you.
overlapped with someone? I think I am.
Spruce, wake up. As Matt, he's talking to you, so I'm gonna have him because you're not going. As you walk up to the jail, you can see that it's a pretty the jail's in pretty good condition. Okay. Okay. Light door open. So at that moment, you can see that it's a pretty let's grab the jail for you. Okay. So you enter in. So you guys can continue going to the jail. Sergeant Dolom ushers you in. Again, bound. Matt, can you hear me? Bella, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna just have Matt there. I guess Matt lost connection. I'll let you guys go. So Stabo and Bella, Sergeant Dolom commands you to just walk forward for processing.
This was not the processing I was expecting tonight. I was expecting to get an ID, which I'm sure would have taken much longer than this, but still.
How do I get rid of the avatar so that I can actually see the map?
What you mean? You can't see the map?
Well, it's got everyone's pictures over it, so...
Oh, you want to either minimize it or you want to get rid of it. Let's see. Is it audio, video? Video display, maybe? Okay, so you click the gear on the right.
Okay.
And then you go to audio, video. And then you have two tabs, and then you want to go to video display. And then it says player video avatar size, and you can select what you want.
I recommend turning
Okay.
the names only.
I did that now.
Okay, so as you... So you see the guard here, and he says to Sergeant Dolom, he says, Sergeant Dolom, you can tell that his voice is firm and respectful. He says, good to see you this evening. Sergeant Dolom kind of gives him a gruff and says, present to you the prisoners here. You see one of this guard here, he says, you see that he kind of, he is a captain. You see that he kind of studies you with a discerning eye, his gaze kind of sweeping over each one of you. He exudes a bit of air, command, and authority. So you're kind of, you can't really tell the power dynamic at this point, but you can definitely tell how he spoke to Sergeant Dolom that he is very assertive, at least. The prisoners, you guys, how do you feel? I'm trying to figure out how to get into the mix of things. The captain here orders, you know, your names. And we don't have to go through, you know, each of one, but he orders the prisoners, the group, for their names and their ID badges.
Hello, I am Augustus Callahan. I do not have an ID badge. In the midst of staying in line, the bridge exploded, and we all ran away. Well, I believe I saw everyone here run away. I know we all met up while running eventually. I shouldn't speak for anyone else. Again, Augustus Callahan, and I do not have an ID badge.
He tends to keep gazing at everyone with discerning eye, just, who has an ID badge here? Sergeant Dolom. What's the reason for you picking up these prisoners this evening? Sergeant Dolom goes to tell him the situation, not the rehash of hash, but goes to tell about the situation with the Hell Knights and the body. The captain goes and looks, and he grabs you, Bella. He grabs your hand, and he looks, and he's like, because you know you have blood on your hands. He says, very well. Sergeant Dolom, looks like you've had quite of a night this evening. You go into the other room and take your rest. I will make sure everybody's processed in here, and you can go ahead and do the questioning. You see Sergeant Dolom kind of come to the back of the desk here and kind of speak. If anyone would like to make a listen check.
Blood on my hands. I have blood everywhere. I got almost butchered.
Do you mean a perception check?
What else? Oh yeah, perception. I'm sorry, I do 3 point. I'm sorry guys, that's my mind. I'm exhausted, so my body reverts back to my 17-year-old self. My bad. Perception check, yes.
I mean, there is listen perception checks that are almost identical, but sometimes different.
Thank you. That's why you get a hero point for agreeing with me.
Yes, I'm gonna save them up for retirement.
So, listen. This is what your party hears. You don't get bits of it because everyone's didn't really roll that great of a check, but you can see the sergeant and the captain are standing face to face. Their voices are filled with a little bit of tension, and you can see that they're debating over who has the right to interrogate the prisoners. The air in the room is crackled with a mix of authority and conflicting egos. That's easy to tell. You can see Sergeant Dolom say, "Captain Thomas, these prisoners were apprehended under my squad's operation. I believe that it is only fair that my team takes lead in the interrogation process." The sergeant argues. His voice is tinged with determination. Captain Thomas fires back. A seasoned officer with a reputation of his unwavering command met the sergeant's gaze with a stern expression. "Sergeant Dolom, I understand your team's involvement, but we are dealing with high-valued targets here. I got made way of Serena's message upon apprehending the prisoners and the situation of the Hell Knights. We know that a high-valued position was murdered, and these prisoners are suspects in that murder." Sergeant Dolom goes back and says, "I think they're innocent, sir." Well, the captain fires back. "Well, we would give them due process, but as right now, respectfully, they're under my jurisdiction." You can see Sergeant Dolom's jaw tighten as he bristles with frustration. "Respectfully, sir, my team has been working tirelessly to gather intelligence on the explosion, the bombing of Crossbridge, and we have valuable information that we need to extract promptly from these prisoners. We have the expertise and the rapport necessary for an effective interrogation." The Captain Thomas's eyes narrows as he counters, and his tone laced with authority. "I acknowledge your team effort, Sergeant, but the decision is ultimately mine, and it rests from me. Please make your leave." At that moment, you see Sergeant Dolom go back to the back. You see him kind of throw his crossbow kind of in the corner here, and you see his two of his squadron roll their eyes and head back, and they disappear. Well, now that's over with, Sergeant Thomas takes your group and says, "Right this way." You see that he grabs your belongings and he leaves them behind the desk at this moment. "Right this way. Who will be first here? Augustus, since you were so friendly to introduce yourself, head this way."
Okay. Just through here, or
It will unlock here. It should unlock for you here.
Nope.
Let's go straight ahead. It should unlock. You can go straight ahead. You still can't go
I'll
straight?
try.
Okay. Open. Try now.
Trying to put my, oh, there we go. Okay. Like Augustus, is trying to go between the bars.
The next person. Step up, prisoner.
Are we to be interrogated separately?
We will figure out how to interrogate you.
Well, if that is the case, this has been a little improper. Can I request a female interrogator?
When the time comes.
Very well.
I don't know why that is not liking. You know what? I gotta delete that then. Okay, go Augustus. You can go in there too. Next prisoner, make your way.
I'll lock up.
Okay. I just don't know why he is. There we go. Everyone come on, and he asks everyone's name, so he gets everybody's processing. Stabbo, Spruce, everyone kind of go in a straight line.
Horizontally or vertically?
Vertically. And I'm also kind of playing around with this new Roll20, so I'm kind of okay.
The new UI is interesting.
It's gonna be good for the long run though. And you see like the bailiff, this guy's huge. You can see he comes back with an axe. Huge, you know, 6'4", guy, bearded. You see he has tats covered from head to toe. Well, not on his face, but you can tell he's got tats between his armor and on his neck here. And he comes up behind you, Bruce.
That axe? Surely not an executioner.
You hear you hear Captain Thomas say, "This way." Bella, Phelan, you as well. Stabbo.
This thing, we would have to go all the way to the right or left first, or is this?
No, you just come right here. Just come right here. He just walks you in there. And I'll move you up here, Spruce. And at that moment, the doors close. He says, "Everybody pay attention. I'm going to start here." Can everyone see this mark?
Yeah.
So we're going to go clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 cells, okay? Just so you know, come back. He tells you, Augustus, you and Spruce are in 3, C and D. Make sure you remember this. Stabbo, you are in 5, bunk 1, and Phelan and Bella are in 9. Excuse me, not 9. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Excuse me. 9. Yeah, 9 B and C. Just so everyone knows, this right here is not a cell room. This is a different room. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, where you want to put the numbers out? Here, this is easy. Here.
The funny thing is, OC, is I think an artificer could just make like weird prison gadgets.
Here. 1. This is 1 right here. And this is 2. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay. So he gives you your bunks, and for those who have the Sirenscape, you hear the door the steel doors behind you close. Here we go. I'll close the cell doors. You hear a chuckle as the guard captain kind of nonchalantly walks out, and he kind of says, "Make sure to play nice."
I elbow my companion next to me and I say, "Good thing I have a map of the prison tattooed on my back."
How many prisons do you have on there?
I was making a reference, you know. It's a popular play. Never mind.
So, do you?
And I just walk towards my bunk. Well, limp, because I got messed up during that last encounter.
What a strange man. By the way, are you a halfling or are you a human?
Oh, I'm a human.
Okay, for some reason that makes me think that picture's been making me think you're.
I know it's because it's because of like the warp. It like makes him look like compressed. Maybe I'll try and do better in paint.
Well, if you turn it into a token, that can. I don't know. Yeah, Belle's going to walk and look at her bunk. But I'm pretty sure it's her bunk.
I think I was assigned 9 as well.
Good job, Burke. That's why. Yeah, Bella and Phelan was B and C. Wow. Stabos and Spruce was 5, C and D. No, I was wrong. Bruce, Sabo was by himself, and Spruce was in 3 with Augustus.
I'd assume the female prisoners are together rather than.
Mm-hmm. At that moment, as Spruce and Augustus walk up to their cell, you see a gentleman, 2 gentlemen sitting on the bed. On A and B bunks, and it says, you see the letters there. Now, when you go to this bunk, you see. Here we go. Here, give me one moment. Okay. I wrote so much stuff, guys, so bear with me, like, for these guards. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, give me one moment. Sorry, I gotta go back to my. Okay, so as you walk up to the guards, or this cell, you see a. This is for Augustus, by the way. You see a rather large gentleman there. You can see he's kind of burly. You see that he has a wooden sculpture in his hands. I don't know, I guess Augustus or Spruce, if you would like to maybe look at it to get closer, you can make a perception check.
Sure. I will. I'm also gonna like eye this guy and be like, and try and figure out the odds of him killing my wounded and messed up self.
You're fine, you're fine. Then I can't remember what check that is. Bella, can you check that for? Oh no, I'll let Bert. Bert, check that for me. That knowledge local check to see how strong somebody is. I believe that is in the thing. That is in the whatever. So you walk into the cell. It's like a sense motive check or it's like a local check. I cannot remember. You can tell how strong someone is. I remember seeing the rules unless it's like a some type of different rule. So you walk into the cell. And you notice that his bunk and the bunk below him is extremely disheveled. It's messy. It looks very unkempt. You even get the sense of a little bit of just that they have not been very well taken care of, not washed, or like I said, taken care of. And the cell kind of reeks, in all honesty. But what is really what's odd is that you see a bunch of carvings on the bed above that says C, and then you see some on D.
All right. Hello, sir. I am Augustus Callahan. Pleasure to meet you. I extend my hand to shake it.
He looks at you and spits on the ground and says, "My name's Eric.
Oh.
Eric the Wise."
Alright, do I pick up that's him being rude, or is that like a cultural thing where I gotta spit on the ground too?
You can, I mean, I don't know what to tell. I guess you could do he spits on the ground. I guess you make a sense motive check to see, or a knowledge local check to kind of see. I mean, you definitely know that that's not culturally of him. He's just spitting on the ground.
Okay, but he doesn't reciprocate my handshake, right?
No. Kind of like what's it to you? I guess is what you could see that spit on the ground.
For the time being, it looks like we are all roommates here. Hopefully we'll be out of your way shortly.
Okay.
I look at the bunks and clearly, this looks like it's a setup for if we ask about moving the sculptures, he's probably gonna be upset.
No metagaming, big dog. Just go ahead and play your role. See what you want to do.
Yeah, no, not meta. It's just okay. Well, sir. Would you mind for the time being if we could move these sculptures to a different place until we set out? Otherwise, we'd just be standing right up next to you, and I feel like that would be rather uncomfortable for all of us.
Uncomfortable for you? There's room on the floor.
All right, good. We'll put the sculptures on the floor. Thank you.
What he says? Come again? What did you say?
Spruce is just looking at this like a big nope of a situation.
All right, he'll try to diplomacy this guy. Sir, could you please allow us to move the sculptures for the time being? I would have greatly appreciated it if I could sit down. I was almost killed.
There's something odd about these sculptures. I do want you to make, if you have a religion check or some type of like crafting check. If you don't, there's other players in the prison that might could help you.
Alright, let me see. Nope, I don't have any points in religion. But highest I can get is a 10.
Nope.
Spruce is dumb and unobservant and naturally has no such knowledge.
Okay.
Trained.
Well, I will tell you that you know that the Burley prisoner's bird carvings are very intricate works of art displaying his talent and creativity, even within the confines of prison. Each carving is meticulously crafted from pieces of rock and small scraps of wood, skillfully combined to bring the birds to life. The attention to detail is evident in the feathers, beaks, and even the delicacy of the eyes of the birds. Despite the limited resources, this prisoner has managed to create beautiful representations of different bird species. As I mentioned before, you observe the bed. You notice that the stark contrast between the neatly arranged areas surrounding the bed and the rest of the prisoner's belongings. While the rest of his belongings are in disarray, the bed with the carvings are meticulously organized. Stabbo, be quiet. You're not over there. If you want to come over there, you can. Or Augustus, you can. Augustus, you tell me what you want to do, Augustus. You tell me what you want to do. There's more prisoners here to talk to. There's more. Spruce, you tell me what you want to do.
Oh, I was trying to convince him to move the statues, but
I got you.
Spruce is ready to, run away. We're really not having this. Because he's still probably, like, all of his clothes, his, like, jacket and his vest are all messed up from that axe strike. He's covered in blood, still, probably.
Well, what would you want to tell your comrade here? Even though he's not your comrade yet, he's your kind of your friend. What do you want to tell Augustus?
I'm gonna, just slowly start moving away. And, and if Augustus picks up on that and is smart, that would be good. And if not, well, I don't care too deeply about him.
Yeah, you can use diplomacy. So with a 33, let's see, he's whole. He tells you, so what do you say to him?
I'll repeat it. Sir, if you wouldn't mind moving these statues for the time being, I almost died after a big explosion that happened on a bridge. It's been a very rough day for me, and I would appreciate it if I could sit down and rest for my time being here.
So even though you rolled a diplomacy check of 33, which I like the numbers, the burly prisoner tells you, so I'm supposed to worry about your day and what you had to go through? What about what I had to go through? I live here. I've been here for years, and I'm innocent. And these little carvings here is what gets me through the day. Now, you seem like a gentleman. And what was your name again?
Augustus.
Augustus. I'll make you a deal. I will give you the bottom bunk, D, C stays for my carvings. I will move some of the newer carvings to bunk C. But you're going to have to give me one of your meals each day for as long as you're here. And he goes out to give you his hand in agreement.
No, I refuse.
Well, Augustus, he gets off his top bunk. I think we're going to have a problem then.
I suppose we are. Right. Am I commanded to go into the cell, or is this like a free period?
What you mean? This is free period. It's night, but it's not lights out yet.
Okay, I just go over and sit down.
I'll follow and pull him aside.
That's what he says. I thought so, bitch. And then gets back on the bunk. Okay? That will be Spruce and Augustus. Stabbo. Stabbo, your room looks... You know what? Make a perception check.
I was actually going to say I'm actually going to look through my room pretty carefully. I don't know how well these people clean up after previous residents.
Sabo, you look and you notice, which is a good eye, the room is pretty full of things. You do see one bed that's not on use, which is the one that you're assigned to. You notice that that bed actually has all the things on the floor. So it's just a blank cot.
So someone else is staying in this room also?
There's 4 beds in each room. 3 are full, but you notice that there were, like, the pillow, the blankets and stuff that belongs to the bed that you're supposed to go to, all that stuff is on the floor for some odd reason.
I'll start moving those things onto the bed, and while I do so, I'd like to take just a careful look at the objects that my roommates have.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Picking. Well, you said my stuff was on the floor, right?
No. This is sorry. A guy walks up to you. An orc. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
I didn't speak to. He says, "What are you doing?"
I continue doing what I was doing and ignore him.
He says, "Don't put that stuff by our bed. That stuff has some type of bugs on it. Leave that shit on the floor. That gets on us, we won't be able to sleep."
Does it actually have bugs on it?
Why don't you make a scent motor check?
Well, I'm looking at it. Does it have bugs on it?
You don't see any bugs from your eye, but the guy just says that stuff made us itch when that stuff goes on the floor. The last person who lived here was nasty. Never washed or bathed.
You expect me to believe that you wash or bathe?
He says, "Yeah, we wash 2 times a week here, but he never washed. His name was Nasty Nate. He was Nasty Nate for a reason."
I see, and why do I care?
Well, you're going to care if you have 3 bunkmates that are itching and can't sleep at night because you're putting nasty shit on the bunk over our clean stuff. And you do notice their bunks are pretty clean.
Well, it sounds like you're asking me to do you a favor.
No, I think you were doing you a favor. Maybe you should ask a guard to get clean stuff. But don't put that stuff over our bed, because I won't sleep. It took us forever to get those bugs out of all our sheets.
Well, it sounds like you need to ask a guard for my new stuff then, because you're the one who cares.
He goes into the room. He says, "Say that louder for me real quick, I can't hear you."
Are you looking to start something?
No, I'm looking to finish it. I asked you nicely. I'm a lot nicer than some of the people in here. Go ask a guard for clean bedding. That's the last time I'm gonna say it.
Your bedding looks awfully clean. Maybe I'll use your bed.
He walks up to you, he says, "Is that a threat?"
No, friend. It's a promise. Average, hell yeah.
What's a threat to use your bed? He kind of piffs and he looks. He kind of just like, psst, and he says, "Okay, you're new around here. I know you want to try to act tough. It's probably your first time. You look green. By the time night comes, go ask a guard for new sheets." And walks out. Or he says, "Tomorrow we'll have a new roommate come in here. And they'll be wiping you off the floor." Huh?
What kind of check is it to fashion? What do I have amongst my bedding and amongst their possessions? Do I see anything that stands out? Do they have anything tucked away that I noticed earlier?
No. I mean, you had a great check, but no, not in particular. Their room seems nice, man. You have a couple of dice. You see like a couple magazines, the city's Tribune, some magazines. Nothing too crazy. You're looking through. It seems like they're, you see like nicer sales in here.
Okay. Amongst the bedding, what am I provided?
Just a basic cot, man. A cot, a sheet, a pillow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let that be Stabo's round. Phelan and Bella, as you walk in, you see the top bunks, 1 and A and C. You see they're occupied, and you see it seems like 2 girls there, kinda talking and gossiping and laughing at each other.
Should note the lighting is such that I can't actually see in the cell. There's no lighting coming from the cell, I guess. I see a shadow coming from the north, I think.
Yeah, that is, let me see, get out of your mode. Yeah, that's moonlight. Yeah, it is night, so you don't see much, but you can kind of see the shadows. Here we go, it's like here. They're in the bed.
I'm a tiefling, my dark vision, but yeah.
Oh, you have dark vision. My apologies. Night vision. What's your feet? 60?
Yeah.
There you go.
Just normal. Thank you.
Sure to see now? Yeah.
Alright. Gossiping, you say?
Mm-hmm. One says, hello, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Belladonna. I'm from the Shipwright's Haven.
One of the prisoners says, I take it this is your first time?
First time in this area. I'm not usually over here.
Well, I'll tell you how things go around here. You seem like a nice gal. Pretty much, we stick to ourselves. This jail is, for the most part, it's not that bad. There's some people that are territorial and cause trouble every now and again, but it seems that there's a couple people in here that shouldn't be in here, and there's some people who should not be in here that should be at the Hell Knot Citadel, but are here. Unfortunately, I did hear of a rumble, explosion. So, a lot of these prisoners you see are Verticans, and, you know, Verticans are notoriously known to walk the street and get locked up. So, for the most part, everybody's is harmless and just wants to do their time and get home to their families, but there are some bad eggs in here.
Well, thank you for that. I have an idea what that explosion you heard was. It's not great.
Oh dear, we don't know much. We just know that there was an explosion outside, and then we saw a bunch of Verticans come in here and go, and the captain's just been all in some type of hissy about it, saying some type of group and all this. But for the most part, just stick to your own self. And I do advise you to have a couple of friends here, because even though it seems like it's kind of a safe place, it can get messy really quick.
Well, that's useful information. Thank you. And she'll sit back on her bunk. Don't suppose we get access to a needle?
Ooh, a needle? That's gonna definitely cost you. I might know who to help you out with, but I don't want to give any names just yet. I just met you.
That's fine, that's fine. I just have a hand for the crafting of cloth, not weapon use.
Well, if you need a weapon or anything, do a couple of days, and things are quite expensive in here. You'd be surprised what one day's ration or even like a small needle or a thimble will cost in here. Even something like a nice silk cloth. Sometimes it's 10 times the price it is on the outside.
No, I can't see the room either. There's a lot of black.
Are you what race are you? You're half elf, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is dark in your room. I don't think that would be very productive. Let me see. For a dark room in prison. So let me put the lights on. Put one here.
Are halflings low light vision? Or is that just elves?
Okay, I can see now. I'm gonna have to check.
The same one kind of, and something else that you notice, now that you've kind of gotten in the room, Bella, you notice that the person who's talking to you, as she introduced herself, she says, my name is Aria. but you notice that she is an Azamor.
What a that is funny because I'm a tiefling.
Yep. And she goes out to greet you as well, and she says, "What is your name, dear?"
Either me or Bella.
To you. She's already met Bella.
I say my name is Thaland, and I want to do a local check and see if I recognize anyone that I've seen so far in this prison.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that.
I got you. She says, "Well, my name is Arya the Hopeful, and this is Marisol the Swiftfoot." You notice that the Swiftfoot is a halfling. She says, "If you need anything or the setup, ask Marisol to help you do it for you. She is quite skilled with nimble fingers." Unfortunately, Phelan, you don't know any of these people in here.
Okay.
But for those who take notes, I would make sure you write those two down. So at this time, it was getting evening time. You do hear the captain kind of step out, and he says, "Okay, everyone, it's chow time before lights out. Come make a line clockwise from cell to cell and grab your food and hit the tables. And make sure all utensils are seen properly. No hands by the side. If I see anything funny, I promise you, your first night in solitary confinement will not be the best." And he calls everyone out of the room. And one by one, everyone kind of does a file line. They go by their cell, pretty respectful. And everyone kind of goes to a table.
Alright, so you want us at a table or you want us to line up somewhere?
No, I want you to table. You've already got your food. The party can kind of depend on if they want to meet up together or they want to talk or.
Where is Stavo?
That's a good question.
You see Stabo here.
Stavo doesn't need to eat, right? Because he's a robot.
Yeah, but I'm gonna demand food because that's my right as a prisoner.
Yeah, that's more stuff with that.
So Stavo gets food. So what would the party like to do? We'll start back with the guesses and Matt, we change your name to your character. I don't know if it's Bruce or Spruce.
Spruce. I don't know how to change it on the other thing. I only know how to change it in chat.
So if you go to the
Oh, I found it.
Okay.
And that guy walks out. And as he walks by, you definitely feel a little bit of a nudge at your shoulder, Augustus, as you're eating your food.
He just walks by me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I just ignore it.
Oh, I don't. I say, I stand up and say, "The fuck you looking at?" As mean and intimidating as possible. And I give him the little shoulder shove.
Oh, hold on, let me get right here. So yeah, he hits. He hits, and you see the guards come out. "Is there a problem there, inmate?"
Yeah, I say, yeah, this asshole doesn't look where he's going.
He says, "Well, if you two don't quiet down, you're both going to be going to confinement. Eat your food. I don't want any problems. It's almost lights out anyway." You see the big burly guy kind of walk past you and snicker.
Does the big burly guy walk past me?
He walks past Bruce. Yeah, he's here now.
Okay.
Yes, the optimal conclusion of that interaction.
Man, I am just a big clumsy oaf, and my foot was just resting outside of the table and happened to make a trip attempt.
Damn, you trip him. He falls on his face and everybody starts laughing at him. He gets up mad. He gets up and he says, he gets up at your face, Stabo, like he's gonna do something. You see the guard. That's an accident. Quiet down and eat your food.
Now, I assume this gentleman dropped his food as he walked past.
Yeah, he dropped everything. Utensil, everything.
I will bend down and attempt to help him pick it up, and I will hold out my food. Apologies. Here, take mine.
That's what I thought.
And as I'm doing that, I'm going to sleight of hand and attempt to pick up one of his dropped utensils.
Okay. Burke, roll for the guards. Roll two guards. Perception, see if they notice it.
Yeah.
2 guards, perception, see if they notice it.
Here's perception. Okay.
Like, oops again with the. Oh, looks like I dropped your new food.
Sorry, Caps, Matt. Burke, you there? I don't see any rolls, big dog.
Yeah. Trying to make it a GM roll.
Okay, I see the 1. I got it. I got it. The guards say, clean up the. Listen, there's too much shit already happening. Clean it up. Let's go. Go eat, Eric. Go sit somewhere. There's been 3 interactions. You're a part of all 3 of them. Sit your ass down. You grab some food.
To take his. We'll allow Eric, of course, to take both his tray and his utensils. Except
Okay.
the one I took.
Okay. So he goes and Eric's eating his food. Bella, Phelan, anything you want to do in particular?
Yes.
No, at the. Couldn't go on.
Do a perception check to see if I notice anything that I think seems concerning.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Belle's not doing anything specific. She's just musing at whether this stuff could be used to make a device. As she stares at her food. It's really about the stickiness.
Oh my goodness. Phelan, you do see something odd. You see people here eating. You see them exchange something between their hands.
Can I see what that is, or?
Not with your check. You saw some hand movement, but you don't know what it is.
Okay. Was Eric one of the ones who was involved in the exchange, or?
No, it was these 2. I can describe them for you very quickly, and then if you want to, this in the future, kind of. Okay, so for these, you're seeing a. Here we go. One is elf. One's an elf. Brown hair, very slender and lean. I will give you that description. The other is a human. Kind of like decently built human. And I will give you that too. If you want to take those details and do something with them later, you're more welcome to. So Stabbo did something, Spruce and Augusted, and Phelan and Bella did things. Well, at that moment, a time passes. Time passes, and you hear the guard say, "Get ready for lights out. Get to your cell. Clean your stuff up. You have 5 minutes to return to your bunks."
Oh shit.
Now some time has passed by. If you guys want to role play, you're more than welcome to. For a little bit.
Spruce, what are we gonna do?
I'm just gonna go to the corner of the room that is clear of statues, and sit my butt down for the night.
I guess Augustus will also pick a spot on the floor.
As you go on the floor, as you walk in, Eric says, "I told you I gave you one bed, but you want to do things the hard way. I run this cell. The guards think they in here. The guards think they run things. The guards are in here with us." Stabbo, as you go to your room, there are definitely 3 people who come in there. And one tells you, the one that spoke to you, he says, "Inmate, did you, we called you inmate," he would say, "So, did you replace your sheets? Because we can't have those sheets on the beds with our stuff."
I mean, they would likely notice that I already put the sheets on the bed.
Oh, you put the sheets on the bed?
Yeah, I just threw them on the bed. I don't give a fuck what this guy says.
He says, "Take the sheets off the bed. I don't feel like getting eaten by bed bugs again."
Wait, does Stabbo even need sheets? He's an Oromok, right?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't care if there's bugs. Just doing it to be an asshole. I'm not a maid. I don't clean up.
Stabbo has quickly become Spruce's favorite person to not be around.
After I was so nice and tripped that man for you?
Oh, no, he loves you. He just doesn't want, like, to be on the receiving end of you.
Just wait until the guards start checking for that missing utensil.
So he he says, "I've asked you plenty of times. You know, as a Vertican, I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of the blunt force. I'm in here not for doing anything wrong. I want a clean cell time. I want to do my time. I want to get home to my family. These other do too. The other cellmates are Vertican as well, Stabbo. You do notice that. Some have some more wolfly features, while others have a more tiger feature. This one has more boar-like features." He says, "Again, I don't want any issues. Please remove the sheets. You're more than welcome. You have time to go get sheets from the guard. All I want is a good night's rest."
I'm gonna look deep inside my heart after what this man said and find that I don't give a fuck. And I continue to not care, and I just go sit down in the corner of the cell and I watch them, and I don't care.
Okay. The 3 guys go in there. They take your sheets. They throw them on the floor. You see these 2 get in their bunk, and then this one pops up in his bunk.
Once they're all in their bunks, I very calmly pick up my sheets, put them back on the bed.
Okay, we're gonna go to Bella and Phelan. Bella and Phelan, as you return to your cells. "Ah, hey Bella, Phelan," as you hear Arya speak to you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and keep an eye on this person and see what cell they go to before I actually step in if I can.
Of course. They'll come to this one.
Before we enter, I do wish to ask Phelan something. So, Phelan, was it? What district are you from? I'm from Shipwright's Haven, as I mentioned earlier, but I don't think I know anything about the people who seem to have been stuck in this predicament with me.
I'm from Divinity's Crossing.
Divinity's Crossing? Oh. And, by any chance, did you see what happened after I got, eviscerated earlier?
Yeah. I don't remember exactly at what point you got attacked, but there were 4 of them, and 3 of them flew away, and the last one we managed to keep from getting away, and then guards came.
Oh. Well, that is impressive. I did not see any of that. I wonder why they left. And yes, then I guess we'd enter. Hello. Again.
Hello, hello. Take it the meal as listen. As a lady, the food here isn't the best. You're probably gonna have issues using the latrine for the next couple of days, but I promise you, your body will get used to it.
I hope. Some of that stuff I feel like I could make, I don't know, an alchemical salve with. It's rather burning.
Well, if you, we might can take some chalk or something, you know, from writing, and me and Marcel here, we're here to we clean this place up. We do some of the writings or the exits and of the guardsmen. We're pretty much the secretaries here. We do some of the daily activities. So if you do have some burning in your throat or whatnot from the food, or if your stomach is making weird noises, maybe I can take some chalk or something and mix it with a little water, and that might make things calm down a little bit for you. Especially Marisol here. She is amazing. Again, nimble fingers. She can pretty much take almost anything we want. You know, but we're careful that we don't take too much.
Well, that's very hospitable of you.
Of course, we have to take care of ourselves. There's not many gals here. There's Marisol, myself, and then another one. But she stays in the cell across the way here.
What's her name?
Her name is... Okay. Rayla. Rayla is an odd one. They call her Rayla the Silent because she never speaks. We do know that she was charged with a crime, but she's never spoke about it. She kind of has this like air of mystery, and like she's very beautiful as you saw, but she's been here now for 2 years, and I have no idea what she did.
Okay.
Two years? Is this a long-term holding pen, or do they have all kinds?
Say that one more time.
The end got cut off because I was briefly contemplating asking them a question, but I suppose I shall. If it's not rude to ask, how long have you been in here?
We'll get to that. I've been here quite some time. Just we can talk more tomorrow. I'm kind of beat myself. I have to get up early in the morning and help the guards do some of their paperwork and things of that nature. But get some shut-eye. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of activities for tomorrow. And she nuzzles on her bed and starts to go to sleep.
I wonder if I should tell the guards that my stuff might explode.
What are you gonna tell them?
Well, they took my stuff, and some of that stuff's a little unstable. I guess I'll deal with it in the morning.
Okay, Stabbo, you gotta put your stuff up. They said the guy jumps, he gets out of his cell and he says, "What's your name?"
ASM 4827.
He says MST 16. I guess you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. Me and the boys have been courteous enough. We don't want any extra time. The last time I told you that things are nasty. They have not been clean. It took us forever to get the bed bugs out of our stuff. Ask the guards for another blanket.
No.
Okay. He walks up to you and he punches you.
Does he have improved unarmed combat?
He does not.
So that'll provoke an attack of opportunity, right?
Yep. He rolls an 11.
Only if you are threatening him. If you don't have improved armor strike or some way to attack it, you don't.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't have my weapon drawn. Okay, well he rolls an 11, which even without my armor does not hit me.
Okay.
Okay. I draw my weapon.
I
wouldn't think you have any weapons on you.
He's got a utensil. It's a 1d2.
Oh, sorry. I was using it as I wrote it as an improvised dagger.
It's a 1d2.
Okay, is it still an improvised weapon, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll flash him the brights. So I need I'll need a DC 12 fort save.
DC 12. He makes it. At that moment, you hear a bell as the lights hear a light flash. You see your guard come out and says, "Well, what's going on in here? I hear some rumbling. Y'all end up thumping. Everyone get out." I'm not gonna ask you again. Everyone get out of the cell.
Well, I'm at the back, so I'll let these guys get down in front of me. And I will, sleight of hand as they stand in front of me, blocking the guard's view, attempt to slide the utensil into the bed of one of these guys' mattresses.
Roll a 1d. Roll a 1d3. A, B, C, D.
Hold on.
I got it. I'm already ahead of you. Got you. Okay.
Yeah, what was the sleight of hand for?
He's putting a utensil underneath their mattress.
No, side.
He says, "Hands out." He cuffs everyone. You see the guards come up here.
So can we see through the bars?
Yeah, everyone sees this. The guard, he questions and he asks, he's like, "What's the meaning of this?" You see the burly guy say, "Listen, you remember Nasty Nate? He never washed, he never cleaned, there was bed bugs. There were sheets on the bed, on the floor. We put him on the side. I asked our new celly, I asked him to ask you guys for new bedding. He refused. He came up, he put the sheets back on. Somehow they got put on the ground again. I'm not sure, but I asked him to please get new sheets from you. You guys give us a lot. You give us nice food. You give us lots of lodgings here. You take care of us, or we serve our time. I'm just trying to go home." He comes up here and he has some type of thing that he stabbed me. Guardsman, you know that I'm good. I don't do any. I don't start issues. I do my work around here. My two other cellies, they'll let you know. They can confirm that. This guy started attacking me and used some type of lamp on his head. I don't know. He's a lamp head, but that's what happened.
Is Lamphead like a slur?
It's turning into one, maybe.
You have been a pretty straight shooter, Mike. Explain yourself, Stabbo.
I told him that I did not wish, that since I did not plan on sleeping in the bed, as I am not accustomed to it, it is not required for me. I did not feel any need to change out the bedding. I simply placed it back on the bed as I would not be using it, and I did not wish to clutter the floor. This nice gentleman here decided that that was grounds for attempting to strike me. So I as a lamp head, I flashed my lights in his eyes in the hopes that you nice guards would notice and come to assist me. He's been making threats about this all night.
He does a sense motive. He says, well, Stabbo, you have to understand, I've not had an issue from any of these guys. And now the night that you come here, there's an issue. This isn't really adding up. So, far as that little light technique you did, don't do it again. It's lights out. Did I say lights out? Did you hear me say lights out?
I did, and
okay.
I do apologize. I simply feared for my safety. Their threats were getting a little extreme. I think one of them said something about stabbing me in my sleep. Obviously, they don't understand how I work.
Make a bluff check. Burke.
One of these.
Sorry. Burke, make a bluff check. No, my apologies. Burke, make a sense motive check with the guards. Stabbo, you're great. Continue talking, Cody.
I just want to say my prison rolls today have been great.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude.
I'm certain one of them has some kind of weapon. I don't know what it is, but they seem to be going to take me out in the night.
Oh. Damn, Bert, that's all they got for sense motive. These are guards. He goes in.
For the officer?
Yeah, he whistled. No, the other officer's not there. He's there.
Officer's not there.
Yeah, he's looking at her. You hear a whistle come from this guard. It says, okay. We're raising the cell.
Zerasia's finest.
He comes in there. They tear everything up. Everything. Pull out a utensil. I found a utensil here. So he was right. Who threatened to kill him? No, that's not. I'm not seeing that. Mike looks at the other celly. The other celly say, "That's not. No, that's not our stuff." Well, I found it in your bunk. You going to solitaire. Confinement. And they pull this gentleman away. He kicks and screams, sorry. Oh shit.
So, I'm kind of keeping an eye on things, and they didn't find anything that this guy had, right?
No, they didn't find anything. So, the girl went here, and the guy that he gave something to went in this cell, Nolly in 6.
Okay, I thought it was 5.
My apologies. Yep, so they go in there, and they, so he says, if I hear another instance of a fight, and he goes in there, he says, I'm just going to bring the new sheet since they all got mixed up. I don't want to hear any issues. I run a clean shift here. Night shift is peaceful. Stabbo, I believe you for this time, but just know you're an outlier in the situation. Mike, as other sillies have been quite the cool cucumbers here. They don't cause trouble. If I come back, I'm gonna put everybody. I'm gonna put everybody in the sun houses outside. Return to your cell. And he gives everyone new sheets. And just so you know, for everyone for role-playing purposes, this guard is called... he is Guardman Blackthorn. He's, if anybody want to do a sense motive check on Blackthorn, you're more than welcome to. Not sense motive, but a local check. Within the guard, you're able to right now. And you can just kind of hear rumors that's being heard. So, his name is actually Warden. He's a Warden Lucas Blackthorn. He's a human. Warden Blackthorn is pretty stern-faced, and he's very authoritative, but he oversees operations of this small jail. But he has a reputation for being very fair but he can be very uncompromising at the same time. But he carefully weighs evidence to ensure that prisoners are treated justly. That is Warden Blackthorn. So again, you know he has a reputation for being fair, but he can be uncompromising at times if he's betrayed.
Were there other jail cells that were open? Or is everyone filled up?
Everyone's filled up. One does have one person.
Oh. The person that's in the one cell, how do they look?
It's a girl. It's a female.
Jeremy, I would just like to make a note that when we climb into the beds, when we get nice and cozy, I will whisper to no one in particular. Ah, nice, clean sheets.
So, does it look like it's completely, like, everything segregated with men and women?
Yeah, it's the cell is, the whole jail is men and women, but it is segregated. The cells itself, the jail's not segregated, but the cells themselves are.
Okay.
Hence, Bell and Fallon getting paired with honestly the most hospitable NPCs here.
Well, they're werewolves, so get ready for that.
That's fine.
It's happening again!
I mean, we were already told that there's moonlight streaming in.
And I just, mother, it doesn't work like that. It's very racist.
That's just them damn lamp heads outside.
Okay. The rooster crows. As the night's reset, everyone can leave their cells and start getting breakfast and head to the picnic tables.
Does that count as a long rest?
That does count as a long rest. Burke, what do my players who slept on the floor have to roll to make sure they're not fatigued throughout the day?
It's Constitution.
What's that Constitution check?
The DC. Can't remember the DC. Let me check.
Was I not able to sleep?
You slept on the floor. You didn't sleep on a mattress. Am I right or am I wrong in that nature? I thought it's not comfortable. You're not comfortable. You're sleeping on the floor.
Either like con or fort.
It might actually be a con check, just because of the weirdness. Of,
I think it's a con, but here it is.
It's like sleeping in medium armor or something. It's just not.
Yeah, that's the check I'm looking for.
I've never heard of this rule, but sure, just let me know what to roll.
I'm looking for the check, but I'm not finding the check. Oh, it's just there's no check. You just get it. It seems. I thought it was a Constitution check.
I don't think there's a rule about this at all. That's why you're probably not seeing it.
Yeah, I think it's just you automatically fatigue the next day, as if you're sleeping in.
Yeah, my point is, I'm not in medium armor. I'm just sleeping.
Yeah, but if he says that you get fatigued for sleeping in the floor, I will take it as if you are sleeping in armor. You get fatigued on the next day. So you go to your character sheet, and in the top left part where it says statuses.
Is that what's going on, Jeremy? I'm fatigued.
What was your check? I can't remember. There was a check. Can you hear me?
I'm not finding a check.
There's no rule or check.
Optional rule for a fort save if you don't get a full night. If you don't get a full night's or a rocky sleep or something.
Not sleep. Am I getting?
For lack of sleep, there is a rule for lack of sleeping. There's a rule for that.
But it's a lack of sleep. It's not sleeping on the floor and being uncomfortable.
Yeah, just take the lack of sleep rule and just lower the DC.
That's
yeah, what's the lack of sleep? What's the lack of sleep rule?
It's DC 15 for lack of sleep.
Okay, let's do 10 then. Everyone roll for us.
For not at least, sorry, it's for less than 6 hours of sleep, it's DC 15. So you can just reduce that.
Yeah, let's do 10. That's fair, right? Does anyone agree with 10 is pretty fair?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Gamal.
So Augustus got sleep. Spruce did not. So that means Spruce is fatigued for the day.
Do I still recover the hit point from the full rest?
Man.
Deprivation.
Would you still... Man,
Reach.
read the rule? I'm sorry, Burke.
It's for each hour and its characters do.
You know, I don't want to tour the game. Let's get the hit points. You just don't have sleep. Let's give you the hit points, and next time I'll look at this rule and try to tweak it to the way that's fair, I think, across the board. So, Bruce, you are tired. You're fatigued or whatnot for not getting a full night's rest, but I'll give you your hit point just because.
Okay.
So you can stay awake for more than 16 hours. Well, one hour more for each wisdom bonus. And for each hour beyond that you stay awake, you roll wisdom check, DC 10 plus 1 for each previous check. Or take 1 point of sanity damage. Oh no, this is.
You know what? Just so I don't wanna convolute the game.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I don't wanna convolute the game for right now. Let's just have everyone. You've slept. You're fine, Spruce. I'm just gonna do a -1 to attack because you're tired for right now. This for role playing purposes and for what I'm wanting to do with this scenario. And I will make sure I'll leave a note. And I'll figure this out for next time I find some homebrew rules. So let's keep going. Everyone get your breakfast and get to the picnic tables.
Does everyone get the same amount of food?
Yes.
Who's the biggest looking guy? I want to go sit next to him.
The biggest guy is actually Augustus and Spruce's Sally.
I will sit down next to him. Apologies again for yesterday. I hope we can be friends. And I will actually slide my food over to him.
He looks at you and says, "What you want?"
Well, it never hurts to have more friends in a place like this. Just like on the outside. And you seem to be the strongest sort, but you only get fed the same as everyone else.
He says, "There is no seem to be. I seem to be the strongest. I am."
Well, then just like anywhere else, I should align myself with such strength, should I not? The second meal for you, after all. What's that?
He says, "Let's cut the fat. This conversation. What you need?"
Well, as you saw yesterday, my cellmates are a little bit over-aggressive, perhaps. I was wondering if you might be willing to not necessarily have a talk with them, but perhaps provide me with tools in case I need to.
He says, "And what you can provide me beside food?"
What do you need? For now, it's simply food, but I'm certain I could find something else if you needed it.
He says, "We got big plans in the works with this place. I'm not going to stay here for the rest of my days twiddling my thumbs, so I would tell you some rope or something that would help out, some medicals. We're getting the rest of the bits ready. Just that's what I need from you."
I can certainly work on that, and when the time comes, if you need someone who's good with their hands to maybe help loosen some locks, I'd be happy to help with that as well.
He says, "Okay." He says, "Eric the Wise. What's your name?"
Call me Stavo. It's a name from an old profession.
Okay, Stavo.
And I'll leave my food with him, and make my way back over to the people I know a little bit better.
And everybody's around. I'm gonna pull everybody back to the table. I'm not gonna position them the best, but let's see. My bad, Seba. Here we go. Everybody's eating their breakfast.
Is Blackthorn on shift?
Blackthorn is on shift. You do see that. Blackthorn is on shift. He's in this area.
Right. I'd like to talk to the guard dude. I want to update on what's going on.
Is this explicitly meant to be your eating time, or am I allowed to get up?
It's eating time, but you can get up and walk around.
Alright. I'll get up, and I do want to approach one of the guards. And since I heard him, I'll approach Blackthorn.
Okay.
I had a side view going on. Excuse me, sir. There is a matter that might be pertinent to discuss before it blows up.
Let's continue.
When I was taken in yesterday, my possessions were separated from me. Now, this is normal protocol, I am sure, but some of my possessions were of an unstable nature, and they need to be properly maintained each day.
Like an unstable that caused the explosion on Crossbridge?
Smaller nature. I am not capable of making an explosion that size. No, the devices are of a very different nature. They are my devices. I am an artificer, if you've heard of our practice. No, they just might, I don't know, cause a fire or something if they're not maintained.
We do have ones that are, I believe she brought you in. I think we do have someone that is at least part of the squadron, the patrol unit, that is very well versed. She should be back. I'm not sure. She's part of Sergeant Dolom's squad. She should be back. I'll definitely let her know. And your name is Bella. Okay. I will definitely make sure that she looks through your belongings and make sure that nothing interacts as you say it will, if it's not maintained.
Yes. Thank you. If she's not available for the time being, I can maintain it, but
I'm pretty sure you can maintain your explosive device, but we're fine. Thank you for telling me, and May. Go back to your meal.
Yes. Also, just to be sure, there's 2 devices. Make sure they're both maintained, or dispose of them, I guess. I'd rather you didn't, but it's better than an explosion.
Okay. Thank you.
Augustus would like to also speak with the guard.
Which one?
Whoever's in most charge here.
Okay, it's Blackthorn over here.
Alright. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I would like to request to figure out when we will be able to sort things out, and so I may be allowed to leave.
Okay. You asked me. Give me one at a moment. Okay, give me one. Okay, what was your question?
Alright. When may I sort things out with the guards here, so I may leave this place?
Okay. So, Lucas Blackthorn. Okay. He looks at you and he says, I understand your eagerness to sort things out, but we must follow the proper procedures to ensure justice is served. The length of your stay will depend on various factors, including the progress of your case and pending investigations, which I think Captain Thompson and Sergeant Dolom are kind of trying to figure out. Rest assured, we are committed to resolving matters as efficiently as possible, while upholding the principles of fairness and due process here at the Crossbridge Garrison.
May I roll like a barrister check to figure out how to like make this go faster?
Sure.
Nope. While I have your attention, is there any way that I could request a different cell?
Listen, my shift ends after your breakfast. I want to make sure you're treated fair. I don't know why you're having an issue. All cells are full at this moment. I have to make sure that females and males are segregated. Unfortunately, we don't have two different prison systems. But everyone in the jail shell, no one's here for murder. Everyone's here for just common crimes here. If it was here for murder, it'd be in the Hell Not Citadel. I don't know what issue you have working out, but I hear your concerns and I take all your claims seriously.
Alright.
Give us a day, and we might can work some. I just don't make this job harder than what it has to be for me, son.
Well, it appears that things are going to escalate soon, but I suppose we'll let it happen when it happens. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
I return.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the guard. I'm like, buddy, I need to send a message to my family. And
what does your family live at?
Well, they're in I believe it was Crosswater. I had it written.
Sorry, no, it's fine. I'm just writing your sentence down so that I can read it, and then I can. Well, this is how Warden Blackthorn responds to you. This is how he responds to you. So this is what you said. You're saying, "May I please send a message to a family member?" Correct?
Yeah.
He says he looks at the question and he has a confused expression on his face. He says, "Listen, I understand that communication with family is important, and I understand the need to let them know about your well-being. However, sending a message from the jail before your process is subject to certain protocols and security measures. We must ensure that the content of the message is appropriate and does not compromise the safety and security of our facility and inhabitants. If you need to send a message, what I'll do, but on shift change, I will go get a piece of paper and a pencil or a writing utensil. And in front of me, you can write the message. I'm going to read the message, and then when mail is delivered, I will make sure that it gets to where it needs to go. But make sure that it's addressed properly, because I'm not paying for any sent back mail."
Okay.
Anything else you need to inmate?
Yeah, is there any chance I could see a doctor, or cleric, or someone? I'm not feeling too well.
Bert, can you make a heal check with the guard?
And like, I have about like 3. I had 3 HP last night, like 4 now. Like, I was very obviously in rough shape when they brought me in.
So did the cleric not heal us all up to full, or?
No, not the party's not healed at the full. Well, they're kind of, he says, "You kind of came in quickly last night. We usually don't take prisoners, but for some reason, since for the reason why you're sitting here, we had to make sure that you're secured. I'll make sure that the cleric who takes care of the prisoners and the help comes by and tends to your wounds. I will put in a quest."
Thanks. As I like hobble away and I'm like playing it up.
He tells you it's merely a flesh wound.
It is clearly not a flesh wound.
Does anybody else want to come harass the guards? Jokingly.
So, did I get healed? And if so, how much? Because
It's 1 HP, right? Or no?
I was
believe
at
it's
1 HP, but I thought that I'd been healed, so...
No, it's just one. It's just one. It's just one. 1 HP.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So as time goes by,
And
I'm sorry, Phelan. What would you like to do?
how much do you get for resting again?
I think it's
Equal to your level?
yeah, equal to your level, right?
And so I was healed 1 before, or not?
Nah, just one.
So just the one for the night's rest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Burke, in the meantime, can you pull me up a battle cleric or something, or guard cleric, healer on the internet and put it on the map for me, please? So at this time, shift change and the guards change. You get your piece of paper. You can message me what you want me to say. Spruce. That's going to be for everybody. You can just message it to me in the chat or on Discord.
I'll just put it in chat just because it's nothing specific. I'm just like letting my family know where I am and that I'm not dead and did not run off. They're going to be quite angry when I return, but that is a bridge to cross when I get there.
Okay.
A bridge, huh?
Well, there's
You
one
put that
lesson.
in there. The guy's like, he's talking about the bridge.
He's talking about the bridge. You hear him? He's talking about the bridge.
It's coded.
Bruce is like also too dumb to like realize if anything he says like would really incriminate him in anything. So he's just kind of like dopey.
Okay. The party members.
Isn't Spruce a brawler?
He is a brawler, but he's like he's very dumb.
Yo, well, I'm just waiting for Spruce to cave this man's face in with his own.
Oh, Spruce is waiting. If Spruce wasn't like if Spruce had more than 3 HP yesterday, that would be a man with a fish-shaped crater in his face.
As the guards come out,
Someone heal this man.
2 new guards come out.
Dude, like the brawler, like as a brawler, I'm probably one of the most deadly prisoners here.
He says, "It's about that time. Activity. Everyone, make your way outside." Yard time. You see everybody start to head out. Okay. Dynamic daylight mode. Here we go. Okay, everybody should be able to see. Can everybody see the outside or no? Or is it can people hear me? Did my mic die? Hello?
I don't hear anything.
Hello?
I heard the music. I think something's happening. Like maybe.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My
no,
mic died. So sorry. So you hear him say yard time, and you see people start going outside. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh God, it's yard time. All right, time for the Stabbo show to happen. I guess I'm sticking next to Spruce.
I feel like Stavo and Spruce are on the same page about needing to send a message.
Okay, can y'all see? Can y'all go outside or no?
Yeah, I'm out there.
I'm waiting for Phelan. Stabbo to go outside.
Yeah, everyone move. Oh, what? Stebo might be away. He said I'll be.
He's
right
away.
back.
He's fine. He's fine.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. So Mike's are doing some weird shit.
Okay, so my power went out. I can still join, but I would have to do it entirely through my phone at this point.
You're fine. Just you know what, Cody? I can actually do this. Oh, I can't. Well, can I? Let me see. Just join, Cody. You're fine. Just play by. Well, I would scrap things. So the players walk out. Cody, the yard's about. I'm just gonna give her estimate like 20 by 20, even though it's a little bit bigger than that. The guards come out. You see that there are towers, there are picnic tables. You see the sun rooms, which they call them, which are pretty much hot boxes outside. The one gentleman's in there, but it's all kind of walled off. There's 3 picnic tables on the right side. There's 3 on the left. Excuse me, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and there's some bleachers, which you see people kind of just throwing a ball around, and there's like a little ball that's made of socks and stuff, and people are just hanging out. But you do notice something pretty peculiar. All the males are on one side, while the females are on the right side. All the males are on the left.
Oh, look at all this room we have.
Is there like an actual dividing line, or are they just choosing to be on those sides?
There is a dividing line. There's a fence.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, Augustus. Everyone's there. Bella and Phelan, what would you like to do as you talk to the gals here?
We're Area and Marisol actually separated here, or do they have other things they're doing?
They're just here talking, doing the same thing they always do.
Alright. Anything we're supposed to do in this yard? Just free time?
This is free time. Exercise, get some sunlight. You know,
Alright.
Arya tells you to come here real quick. Says, Bella, can you come here real quick?
Sure. Yeah, Belle will come over.
Phelan, can you come here too?
Sure.
Yeah, can you do me a favor? Can you walk up to the benches in like 3 seconds? Just walk up to the benches, and I need a favor from you. I need you to trip from the top bench to the bottom bench. Can you do that for me? I'm gonna walk around the other table. I just need you to just trip. Just get on the top. Will you please get on the top there? Just get on the top, and just fall down for me.
Mm.
That sounds funny.
I just need a quick favor.
Yeah, Belle's willing to trip for amusement.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk by the picnic table. You'll see I'm gonna walk over there with Rayla, and when I'll get over there, just trip if you don't mind. When you see me get over there by her, okay?
Yeah, sure. So
She walks by her.
and Belle walks and hits her shin on the bench and just falls over.
You see a guard come up and say, "What's the issue?"
Ow. I wasn't paying attention. I just walked into the bench.
You have a whole yard by yourselves, and you're hitting stuff on the guys over there have that little area, and you tripped.
I know. I'm a bit airheaded right now.
Can I get a? What would that be? Can I get a? That'd be a bluff check. Okay, Bella. There's a whole room here. And you're over there tripping for no good reason. I don't want to see any suspicious activity from you. Just Just go find somewhere to sit down and stay put until yard time's over.
Right. Sorry. She actually did hit her shin. She was like, ow.
You see Arya go back to the top bleacher. She's over here. She kind of gives you a nod and approval as we're going to pan over to the guys section. The guys section's a little different. You know, you see some guys kind of talking loudly and you see, loudly at each other, and you see a guard going and said, "Inmate, make distance. Don't be getting so close to each other." You know, they separate. Nothing really. You know, they want people spread out. He looks at you, Augustus, and Spruce says, "Y'all need to spread out. There's not enough room between y'all. I need to spread out over there. Stabbo, you need to go over in the corner somewhere. Mike, you too." You see Mike kind of leave you guys. Y'all looking real suspicious. Spruce. I say, get away from Stabbo. That's a yard time. You need to stretch your legs. You need to be near each other. You can do that in the chow hall.
I hobble towards the fence and lean against it.
You kind of can see some things going on. Does anybody want to make a knowledge check maybe to get more details about some of the players or some of the inmates? So a local check, and I'm just going to give you everything what I have. So one of the players you see, you see Eric. You noticed you ask around about Eric the Wise, and it says that Eric was actually falsely accused of a crime he did not commit. And it is true that Eric, even though he is a burly man, is a pretty much respectable scholar, and has a lot of vast knowledge and wisdom for us as in the jail cell. Another one is his name is Kelthar the Unyielding. He's a dwarf prisoner. He's stubborn and he's a grizzled dwarf warrior. Kelthar is in prison for his role in a violent bar fight that resulted in significant property damage. The other person that you make news of is Jarik Stormrider. He's a skilled warrior, and can sometimes be heard screaming and yelling in his sleep. It seems that Jarik is in prison for his involvement in a series of smuggling operations between Crossbridge and the Coral Shore slums. Another person you see, his name is Torn Blacktusk. He's a powerful half-orc warrior who committed a crime in a fit of rage. Torn struggles with his past actions while seeking redemption. That is what knowledge you get about the prisoners. Okay. Spruce is chilling. Stabbo, is there anything you want to do? Augustus is in the corner.
Well, I was told to stretch my legs out here, so I'll do that. Not sure what purpose it'll serve for me, but I guess that's what I'll do.
Stabbo, you see the gentleman Mike, he kind of walks up to you. Give me one moment. Sorry, my roommate called me. He never calls me. So sorry, guys. Give me one moment. Sorry. He got me food. He's a good roommate. Anyway, he calls up to you, Stabbo. He says, he kind of puts his back towards you, Stabbo. Your back, you know, he goes to the back of you. He says, you know, I've been pretty solid here, but that shit you did to my friend over there, to our celly, was uncalled for.
What, flashing lights in his face?
I know about what you did with the utensil. I saw you grab the utensil from Big Mike on the floor, but I let it slide by. I saw that, and then use it to plant on that guy. I asked you nicely to move the sheets. I don't want any trouble here, but I would keep one eye open. That's all I'm gonna say. As he kind of walks off to the other roommate and sits his other cellie and kind of sits down. And with that, yard time is about an hour, and everyone goes back inside. Everyone begins to get lunch after yard time. And the guards usher everyone inside.
Alrighty.
Okay. So everyone comes inside. Door closes. Everyone starts getting lunch. Bella and Phelan, Arya walks up to you and she says, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate that favor you did for me." She says, "Is there anything you need in particular?" And she looks at you, Bella, but she kind of is looking at both you and both of you.
I could use some chalk or some writing implement. I've got some ideas that I'm going to go crazy if I can't get them out of my head.
That's easy. You need chalk and what else?
I don't know, just something to write with. Do they care if we write on the walls?
They do care. She does tell you that. She
Alright.
says, give me 1 second. Okay. So Arya kind of smiles warmly at you, and she says, "Of course. I understand the importance of kind of keeping your head, clear and solid-minded. You can kind of go crazy in here looking at the same people, the same thing, but it's only your second day in here. What do you have to write that's so important? If you don't mind me asking."
It's more of a habit.
Oh.
When I'm in a stressful situation, I like drawing pretty things.
You think that some habits should die? I think don't you think there's a lot of people in here because of habits, right?
I suppose I could, but I don't know. I rather think thinking of pretty things is a helpful thing in such a dreary environment. If only I could get my hand on some cloth, but I imagine that could only happen if there was like a repair or laundry task or something that we're sent to do.
I'll tell you what I do. For what you did for me today, I will see if I can put in a good word with Warden Blackthorn and maybe get you on laundry duty or get you on some type of job here in the prison so you don't have to be stuck to your cells. It's hard to get those type of jobs, and so be warned that other cellmate or other inmates might be a little upset that you've kind of skipped the line, but I'll do it for you. And I'll give you some chalk for that favor you did for me.
I'd appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So as the day's events kind of go, we've had a little bit of the yard time, and the players have got to know a little bit of what it is like here in the jail. We're gonna unfortunately conclude our session for tonight. And I look forward for everyone to figuring out more about this jail and the inhabitants, and maybe even plot a potential escape plan if they so deem themselves to. If they do not get the fair trial that which they so rightfully should. And that's going to conclude our second session for this evening. And I hope everyone had a good time.